Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, December 18th, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. House Democrats vote on impeaching the president. Mr. Trump sends a scathing letter to Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. The country's top secret FISA court issues an unprecedented rebuke to the FBI. Elizabeth Warren backs away from mandatory Medicare. The suburbs around Washington, D.C., the richest in the nation. Also ahead, the message, how corrupt is the FBI? But first, House Democrats finally holding a vote on impeaching President Trump. The roll call comes after years of investigations, months of closed-door hearings, weeks of public testimony. The articles accuse Mr. Trump of obstruction of Congress and abuse of power. After the Christmas break, the Senate will hold some kind of trial, but the president is expected to be acquitted fairly quickly. Mr. Trump firing off a letter to Nancy Pelosi hours before the impeachment vote, saying Democrats will pay the political price in 2020. The speaker routinely labels her party's impeachment push a, quote, moral obligation. The president outright dismissing that, claiming, quote, more due process was afforded to those accused in the Salem witch trials. The country's top FISA judge issuing a historic rebuke of the FBI, claiming the Bureau used misleading information to spy on the 2016 Trump campaign. The FISA court gives the agency until January 10th to explain why it withheld evidence and relied on a phony Russian dossier to obtain warrants against advisors to the president. More on this in my message of the day. Elizabeth Warren slowly backing away from her mandatory Medicare for all health care plan, now calling the program a choice. The new language directly contradicting the senator's statements just a few days ago. Ms. Warren is falling in the polls. That might be why she's changing her tune. A new study confirms the richest neighborhoods in the USA can be found near Washington, D.C. According to a survey by the Census Bureau, 9 of the top 20 wealthiest communities ring the capital. Median household income around D.C. stands at $130,000 per person, twice the national average. In a moment, we'll look at corruption within the FBI. Right back with that. You've been hearing about gold all over the news. Prices continue to climb. Not surprising, given all the warnings of a recession and the uncertainty of the upcoming election. Americans are looking for stability as a way to protect their savings and retirement. That's why I recommend you consider gold and silver as a safe haven for your savings and retirement. The company I recommend and have for years is American Hartford Gold Group. They are A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Also, they make it simple and easy for you to invest in physical gold and silver. If you're listening right now, you get a free silver coin from my friends at American Hartford Gold Group. All you have to do is give them a call, 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD. Call them now to claim your free silver gift for a limited time and tell them Bill sent you. Or visit them online at www.billfreecoin.com. Again, that's 877-444-4653 or billfreecoin.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, the FBI and corruption. We are indeed living in strange times. After Justice Department Inspector General Michael Horowitz issued his report on FBI misbehavior, seeking FISA warrants to spy on the Trump campaign, intelligent, fair-minded Americans were confronted with a choice. Do you believe the FBI simply made 17 deceptive mistakes in applying for the surveillance? Or do you think the FBI's then leadership, James Comey and Andrew McCabe, directed an illegal operation to damage Donald Trump? Yesterday, the head of the nation's FISA court, Judge Rosemary Collyer, took the extremely rare step of publicly scolding and therefore embarrassing the FBI by issuing an order that its leadership appear before her to explain the questionable warrants. Attorney General Barr and U.S. Attorney Durham, both investigating alleged FBI corruption, also issued statements saying their evidence so far points to political bias by the FBI. In the face of all that, the Trump-hating New York Times trots out 95-year-old William Webster, who writes that the real problem here is President Trump himself, because he's saying bad things about the FBI. Webster, a Republican, is a former head of the Bureau and objects to the FBI being branded corrupt by the president. But if James Comey and Andrew McCabe did use their vast power to interfere in the election of 2016, what word would you use, Mr. Webster? With due respect, because William Webster is a patriot, blind loyalty in the face of disturbing evidence does not help the country. It remains to be seen whether the Justice Department can convince a grand jury to issue indictments against former members of the FBI, but it is certainly possible. We should know by late spring, early summer. Somebody tell William Webster. As for President Trump, he remains very angry, which is understandable. The FBI has put him through hell, aided by the most corrupt media America has ever seen. The FBI was certainly guilty of gross wrongdoing. We'll find out whether it was caused by politics or incompetence. In the meantime, all Americans should be as outraged as the FISA judge. If powerful agencies in Washington can spy on a guy running for president, they can spy on anybody. If agents are falsifying information to get surveillance warrants, that's fascism. And there is a very good chance that's what happened. Yet the media downplays that and continues to attack President Trump. Can you imagine if the spying was on the Obama campaign? I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by actually writing it. For more commentary, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. And for a very nice Christmas gift, please consider my book, The United States of Trump. In a moment, something you might not know. According to a new survey on 2020 New Year's resolutions, the two top resolutions are reducing debt followed by spending less. Now, there are a lot of small steps that can get you there. But if you're a homeowner who's interested in saving hundreds or even thousands of dollars, you need to call my friends at American Financing. Their salary-based mortgage consultants will discuss mortgage refinance options that can get you out of high-interest debt faster and add more money to your budget. I like them because they really are in it for you. No pressure, no obligation, no upfront fees, just custom home loans that meet your goals, including free pre-qualification. They're currently saving customers up to $1,000 a month, sometimes more. Why not see what they can do for you? It only takes a 10-minute call to get started. 888-462-9557, 888-462-9557, or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net. American Financing, NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The United States is routinely ranked the most generous nation on earth. Last year alone, Americans donated more than $420 billion to charities, churches, or other organizations that do good. According to the U.S. Labor Bureau, there are roughly 1.5 million nonprofits across the USA, focusing on religion, education, and human services like food or shelter. While the vast majority operate on small budgets, the biggest rake in billions of dollars each year. Here's a look at the country's top charities ranked by donation. First up, the United Way Worldwide. The group takes in about $4 billion in donations each year, building classrooms in the Philippines, job training centers in Ohio, delivering mosquito nets to Africa, all kinds of things. Charity Navigator, the largest gift evaluator in America, gives United Way Worldwide a near-perfect 96% rating. Even wealthy nations like the USA struggle with hunger. Roughly 1 in 6 Americans are malnourished. Feeding America spends $3 billion a year to support hundreds of food banks around the country. They earn a 94% rating each year from Navigator. Another popular charity in the USA is St. Jude's Children's Hospital. $2.5 billion in donations. The hospital works to cure childhood cancer, with 8,000 patients treated annually. Their families pay nothing thanks to your donations. St. Jude gets 91% from Charity Navigator. Finally, the Salvation Army spends $4 billion in 130 countries. The organization is actually a Protestant-run deal with more than 1.5 million members worldwide. They've been ringing those signature Christmas bells since 1891, the longest charitable campaign in history. No score from Charity Navigator because they don't rank religious organizations. And here's something you might not know. Sadly, fewer Americans are giving to charity these days. About half the population gave money to charity in 2018. That is down from 66% in the year 2000. Back after this. There are literally thousands of abandoned animals that need your help. So I have partnered with Delta Rescue, founded by actor Leo Grillo, to rescue some of them. 40-year-old Delta Rescue is the only no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary of its kind, home to more than 1,500 rescued dogs, cats, and horses on a 150-acre ranch. Visit deltarescue.org/bill to get Delta Rescue's free estate planning package to learn how to grow your estate while letting your compassion for animals live on well into the future. That's deltarescue.org/bill to get this free estate planning package. I have donated. And since it's the holiday season, enjoy the movie Magic on Delta Rescue's website free. Magic is the heartwarming story of a Christmas dog that is an angel, played by Christopher Lloyd. deltarescue.org/bill. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.